There we go. Hello, hello. Oh, there you are.
Good
Ta-da.
morning. Hang on a minute. What's going on? Why is my speakers not working?
Hang on. Let me just organize this. I can hear you fine.
I can't hear you through my headset.
No, you can't hear me still.
No, hold on.
Aha, there we go. Got ya.
Did it work?
That's better. That's better.
Oh, there we
That's
go. Okay, cool.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? Ah, Jinx.
I'm really
very
good,
well.
sir. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. Where are you?
I'm still at Lake Ozark. I came back to Lake
Are you
Ozark
really?
after
I
Bloomington, so
told
I'm
Brad
here
that you're
till.
still there, and he said, I'm going to see if Minty's still around. How much further are you going to be there?
I'm here till. I must admit, he did reach out and message. I'm here till the 2nd. I've got a train back to St. Louis on the 2nd of January at 7 o'clock at night. And then I'm staying there overnight. And then I've got a 30-hour train back to New York on the
30
3rd.
hours.
30 hours.
Wow, that's going to be a fun one.
So I've got a 7-hour stopover in Chicago during the day. So I'm going to have a wander around Chicago. I'll get back to New York Saturday night about 6:30 in the evening. And then I've booked I've actually had my first hotel. I've booked a hotel right in the center of Manhattan for my last night. And then I've got Sunday, I fly home 8:30 Sunday night. So I've got to be at the airport for about 4 o'clock. So I don't like to
What
rush.
an
I like to
adventure.
take my time getting through. And yeah, it's been an
It went so
amazing trip.
quickly.
It's flown by. It really, really has just gone like at this great speed of knots. And yeah, I get back to the UK Monday the 6th in the morning. Then I'm going to be living in Cornwall for a couple of months. I'll be going back to Evesham for a couple of weeks because I've got some events lined up and I've got clients that want to see me in person. But yeah, I'm going to be living in Cornwall predominantly for a couple of months
Very
and
nice.
then
Cornwall's
staying
lovely.
with friends. Oh, it's beautiful. And where my friends, they've got their, they're very kindly putting me up in a guest house, in their guest house free, which is really, really, I'm grateful for.
So what is
Because
overall the biggest thing you've learned visiting America so far?
Jesus, that's a hell of a question. Finding myself. I think a lot of it is finding myself in a lot of ways.
Traveling will do that to you.
Definitely finding myself, the people that I've met, the different people that I've met all along the way, all along the journey. There's been real special moments through the whole of this trip. And it's just made me realize that I'm not going to stop traveling. I am just going to literally carry on living on the road. I mean, like I say, my friends have said, look, we'll put you up for as long as you need it. You've always got a base here. This will give you an opportunity to save. They know I want to save up and to go off again.
I did it for well over a decade without having roots. I loved every minute of it.
Well, I think this is the thing.
Traveled to nearly 60 countries as well.
That's really, really cool.
I'm telling you, work away and couch surfing are lifesavers.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Couch surfing and work away. With those two things, you can travel around the world much easier than you ever could before, I think.
I think that's true. I think that's true. Definitely. And I mean, I've already got people in the UK saying, well, if you come here, we'll put you up here for a couple of nights. I'll put you up here for a couple of nights. And so I am going to do some traveling around the UK as well. And then I will be, I don't know where I'm going to next. I know I want to go into Europe. I'm going to come back to America next year, hopefully in the summer.
I'm telling you, Minty, don't skip South Africa. It's my favorite.
Oh no, I won't.
Love all of Africa, but South Africa is just, I love it.
Nah, that's really, really cool. And,
I'm very excited. I get to go back in a month. I'm so happy about it.
Oh, wicked. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I really want to try and get out to Thailand next year as well. I really want to try and get out to Thailand towards the end of next year or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to come
Lynn wants to know, how in the hell did he end up in Lake of the Ozarks?
Well, funny enough, a lot of
I don't
people
know
are
what places
asking
you
how
pick.
the a lot of places are asking how the hell I've ended up in Lake of the Ozarks, but my friend Raven actually lives here at the lake, and I was always planning on coming here to meet her, and we've been sharing a condo actually right out on the lake for the last probably nearly 10 weeks, I think it is, and yeah, just kind of stayed and stuck around. And I did go to Indiana, did go all the way as far as Indiana and went into Bloomington to see a couple of friends for a week. And then I decided to, rather than carry on traveling all the way across, I decided to come back to Lake of the Ozarks and have Christmas and New Year here. And Happy New Year to everyone, by the way, guys. I know it's New Year's Eve
Yes.
today. And yeah, came all the way back to spend Christmas and New Year with Raven, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, very nice.
So no, it's
Well,
been awesome.
America is not cheap right now, if you hadn't noticed. It's quite expensive to
I'm not
travel.
going to lie to I'm not going to lie to you. It's a damn sight cheaper than the UK.
Is it really?
Yeah, massively.
I guess when you're converting the exchange rate, yeah, that would be. Well, I guess it also depends on where you're going. You might change your tune when you get to Chicago. So,
Even well, to be fair, even when I was in New York, the first time around, even when I was in New York first time around, I think the thing is, it's one of those where you can spend as much or you can go as little in a sense, but still have the quality there. It's not always about going out to the most expensive places and stuff like that. But I brought some new pairs of jeans a couple of weeks ago, and in the UK, they're like an extra 50 quid in the UK compared to here. The
imagine how cheap
travel
they were
here,
in China where they were made.
well, exactly. But and that's the thing, isn't it? That's how the global economy works, though, isn't it? But I mean, even with the transport, though, I mean, to be fair, even with transport, it's not ridiculous. I mean, I was saying to Raven, so for example, my train tickets back from, and I've actually paid for train tickets from St. Louis all the way back to New York. And I think it came to around about, I want to say it was about $150, $180, something stupid like that. I paid 250 quid for an 11-hour train ride from where I live in Evesham to go to Inverness.
Well, your
It's like,
trains, they got a
and
monopoly
they're not,
going with your trains, unfortunately. You don't
and
really have many options.
our trains are on time. Our trains are always sodding bloody late. You're at the train station and it says 1 minute your train's coming like in 2 minutes. The next minute it's been bloody cancelled.
But at
And
least
you're
you got
like,
them every. Well, I guess it depends on the town too. You do get some rural towns where you get a train like once a day, so it depends.
exactly, exactly. I mean, that's the crazy shit. Once a week sometimes. Or you have to request that a train will stop at a certain stop when you buy your ticket. Otherwise, it won't stop. And
Oh,
to
it's a
try and
train, not a
get
bus.
and to try and get a train on the time and to try and get a train on time in the UK is like trying to pull hen's teeth. At least here, truthfully, you guys, I think I've had one delay, and that was on the bus, and I was delayed by 10 minutes. Actually, this was when I was in Pennsylvania. This is when you dropped me off, when I very kindly stayed with you. My bus was something like 10, 15 minutes late. They refunded half my ticket.
Did they really?
Yeah, seriously. They were like, oh, sorry for the
Never
inconvenience. Here's a
happened in the
refund.
UK.
It would
Well,
never happen in
there's
the
leaves on the
UK. They'd
line.
be
We got to
like,
shut the whole thing down. You figure out your own transport. Like they don't
they're
care.
like, say that again. Sorry. Oh, I missed that.
Said if there's leaves on the tracks, they'll shut down the whole train network in the
Oh, yeah,
UK, and then you're just
totally.
tough shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's a bit of snow. I mean, at the moment, I know that apparently the UK have got a massive snowstorm coming and everyone's panicking. And as they always do in the UK, we'll probably get about 2 mil of snow and everyone will be like, oh, that's it, can't go out. And it's like, oh, shut up. You know. Um, so no, it's quite entertaining. But no, to be fair, the travel has been really good.
Oh, that's
Accommodation has
good.
been reasonable as well.
How's our
And the
food,
nice
Minty?
thing
What do you
is,
think about American food?
I really like it. I really do like it. I must admit, we actually, It's been really, really good. Again, I haven't had a bad meal. I haven't had a meal that I've gone, that's disgusting. Maybe actually, no, I won't lie. I won't lie. Your biscuits and bloody gravy, that's weird. Sorry. That is just like no. Biscuits and gravy, don't know what that's all about.
I saw a
I'll
video
be
the
very
other day of Brits trying it for the first time, and the reactions were hilarious.
well, I can remember trying yours, and it was just like,
You eat
nah,
beans on toast. I don't want to hear it.
I don't eat beans on toast. I'm allergic to them. I'm
Okay.
allergic to baked beans. I can't stand baked beans. I mean, I don't get
All
why
right. Well,
people eat that. It's disgusting. But no, I must admit, I've had some amazing food here as well, and it's been fantastic. Actually, my best ever
I'm so
burger.
glad you're
I'm not
enjoying
going
it.
to lie. When we went to Kansas City, we went to this brewery called the Imperial Brewery. Really, really nice guys. Got chatting to them, became kind of friends with them as well. But their burger, my God, was by the far the best burger I'd ever had. And where so they brew their own beer, and when the hops have been spent, they send the hops back to this local farm where they're breeding their own cattle, and it's very much like a wagyu kind of breed of cattle. So it's a really juicy, tender piece of meat. And yeah, I had this, and they weren't charging the earth. I think it cost me like $13, $14 for this burger, and the food was
Yeah,
amazing.
see?
It really, really
Finding the
was.
good local spots, Minty. That's good.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, the food that was by far the best burger I'd had since I've been here. I must admit. I did actually attempt a Wendy's once, and once only. I'll never go to Wendy's again. I'm sorry. That was god awful.
Avoid fast food, Minty. You don't want to poison yourself while you're here.
Well, no, exactly. But it was one of those where I was like in between trains and buses and stuff, and I just needed something bloody quick. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. And yeah, never again. I knew there was a reason why.
Well, it never ends. Never a dull moment here. Especially, you see all the drone activity and all the things are getting real weird while you're here. Hopefully, it won't get too weird.
Oh, no, it definitely has. Definitely has. Well, did you hear about me being stopped? Did you hear about what happened to me yesterday?
No.
So where I'm staying at the lake, there's also there's people that own condos here that stay here who we met some really, really lovely
Yeah.
people. And then just a little bit further over, there's like loads of residents, like they've got their homes and that there. So I'll go back to originally last week. We went out for a bite to eat. I'm in this Mexican restaurant. The woman turned around and said, "What part of Australia are you from?" I said, "Well, that's funny." I said, "'Cause I'm from England." I've either been asked if I'm Irish, Scottish, or Australian. And I'm like, "Well, I'm English." So there we go. And got chat. Anyway, woman gave us the bill and all the rest of it. Anyway, there's this lovely couple that was sat next to us, and he goes, not being funny, I weren't earwigging, he said, but I hear you're from England. I said, yeah. And he was like, oh, we've been over to your country. We got chatting anyway. Anyway, he invites us, he turned around, I happened to say where we were staying. He goes, are you serious? I said, yeah. I said, why? He goes, I literally live right on where you're living, where you're staying at the moment. Do you want to come back for a beer? Come back for a couple of drinks? I'm like, yeah, why not? So he gave us a lift back. Turns out he's the guy. So they've got this massive park in front of this houses. Beautiful, loads of trees and everything else. And I was saying to them that, oh, I love your park outside, because he was saying how he looks after the park. And he's like the local president of this area. He said, a lot of the residents are trying to make it a gated community, but I'm trying to avoid that. He said, because I like it that people come in and use the park. I said, well, I've been using your park, I said, because I like going in there doing my TikTok lives and whatever. And he goes, hang on a minute. He said, are you the guy that everyone's talking about in the group chat? I said, what you want about? He goes,
In the group
well,
chat.
he goes, he says, there's these few residents that think you're the local. There's been comments of I'm the local wacko sitting in the park and stealing their electric to charge my phone. I was like, well, that's kind of funny. I said, no, but I have been sitting in your park by a tree doing my lives. Anyway, he goes, can I get a photo with you? I said, yeah, of course you can. So he's taken a selfie with me and put it in the group chat. Anyway, jump to yesterday. I'm sat in the park doing a live. One of the residents has called the local cop shop. Sheriff's turned up. Oh, mate, come out. Yeah. I said, no, not really. I've done a video. I've actually put the video on my Facebook and TikTok. He's had over 2,000 views on TikTok. And he was like, oh, there's been a local resident there's been a call out for us. Are you okay? I said, yeah. I said, I'm just doing a live, mate. I said, I'm actually live right now. He goes, oh, people are worried that you have been using electric from people's homes or something for your phone. I said, well, as you can see, my phone's not plugged in. I said, and I've got portable battery packs. I said, here they are. I mean, don't get me wrong, the copper was really, really nice. And he was like, well, he says, you're not detained. He says, you're not breaking any rules or any laws. He said, so enjoy the rest of your day. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, one of the local residents had called on me for sitting by their tree in a park.
Wow.
So
Welcome
that was
to
quite
America.
surreal.
It's not a proper trip unless you get the cops called on you at least once. So
Well,
now
at least I have ticked all the boxes. So, of course, I'm actually then talking to people on the live going, well, that was great. That was quite surreal. Uh, and then Raven was
I'm
like,
so
hang on a
stubborn,
minute.
Minty. I would be pitching a tent by that tree.
Oh, no, I've already been in the park once this morning. I'm going to go back there later and do another live.
Good,
The funny thing was,
good.
though, that we saw the owner, Bob's, the president has got a dog called Charlie, beautiful dog. Anyway, we
Mhm.
saw Charlie and he was being walked by another resident. Turns out he was the vice president. He goes, well, the British guy that sits in the park, Bob's told me about. I went, yeah. I said, funny enough, I said, one of your residents has just called the old bill on me, like, you know. He said, well, I saw you sat there the other day, he said, and I saw you talking into your phone. I didn't think anything of it. I said, mate, I'm just doing a live. I said, I'm not doing
How much
anything
electricity are
untoward.
you really stealing with a phone anyway? Like, come on.
Oh,
I mean, what does that cost you? 15 cents. Like, people are
uh,
ridiculous.
it's been a crazy, crazy amount. But I have to say, I mean, I'll put the video up on my Facebook. It's up on my TikTok as well. And you can actually see where he's like, he's walking over, calling me. And I'm literally like, oh, hello, mate.
Just tell them,
Kind
well,
of thing.
I'm live right now, and so are you. Here you go. Say hi.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I should have put him on there. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. He was
That's
really
one way to
friendly. He
get
was
people to
really
watch the
polite.
podcast, Minty, is you been sitting there with a cop.
Exactly, exactly. But he was really friendly. He was really polite,
Good.
and I'm just like, yeah, no worries, mate.
All's
He
well
goes,
that
well, you're
ends
not.
well. But still,
He was
that's
like,
not
well, you're not.
cool. Like I'm sorry that she doesn't represent all of
Oh,
us.
don't worry, don't worry. And we were chatting to this like guy who's the vice president. We were having quite a nice conversation with him as well. Another really nice, friendly guy. And there's this. I'm not going to lie. There's this woman across the way that kept coming out to her front door and was pretending that she was doing stuff. And I'm like, I know it's you, love. I know it's you that's turned around and called on me. It's like you're the only house that can see me where I was sat. You're the only one, and I know that. I mean, like I say, we were
You see her
talking to
outside, you should offer her pull a card for her later.
Well, to be fair, I was going to say hello and happy New Year to her, but it was one of those where it was like I was saying. I mean, we were talking to this lovely couple last week, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you've been quite a talk around here over the last week or two." I said, "Well, if they're talking about me, they're leaving some other poor bugger alone. Like, you know what I mean?" So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Well, at least your adventure is going very well. I'm very happy to hear that. And
Ah,
it can go
thank
lots of
you.
different directions when you're traveling. So I'm very happy to hear
Well,
you're enjoying it.
I love the fact that you got to be part of. I got to be part of my adventure,
Yeah,
and I'm so
anytime,
grateful
Minty.
that you put us up, and and I love the fact that we got to do that. So that was really really cool as well. I really
I'm
really
telling you, it
do
was
enjoy
divine
that.
timing. You were very, very helpful at that time.
Well, I don't know what I did, but thank you.
You know what you did. There was a couple days there that I had some drama going on with the academy, and you made me feel much, much, much better after that. Because yeah, it was a very shitty time for me, and Minty being around was like having a very close friend that's around to keep your vibe high, and he did that very well. So thank you.
You're more than welcome, and thank you. And I really enjoyed our time that we spent together as well. Did your
And
mum and
Minty, I
dad
must
get?
say,
Did
you
your mum?
guys, Minty proved he's definitely a psychic. I mean, there's so many things that you know, so many little
What did I?
premonitions. And while Minty was here, he's like, I think this is going to happen. And sure enough, it did. So
What was that?
It's a
I'm
complication.
intrigued. I'm intrigued
You
now.
nailed it. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need another reading from you, Minty. And that is one of the reasons we're chatting today, because I booked a reading with Minty and I saw what times and days he had available, and I saw that this right now was one of those times. And I said, well, Minty, guess what? Let's just do it. Let's share it with everybody.
Let's,
Why not? I have an open book, as you're aware. So
I
yeah,
love
I
that.
booked a reading with Minty, and I thought we might as well do it on the podcast so you guys can get an idea of what it's like to book a reading with Minty, and then we can pull a couple cards towards the end for the new year. Yeah,
Of course we can. Of course we can. We can
sounds
always do
good.
that. We can always do that. Um, I have got a new deck with me as well. I've
Oh,
been
what'd
very
you get?
kindly brought a new deck. So it's called the Call of the Morrigan. So it's the same artist who designed these ones, Naomi Cornick. But Raven very kindly got me this new deck for Christmas that I'm still getting to grips with. But I look at the detail of the artwork. They're
Beautiful.
absolutely stunning cards.
So just give me
They
that.
really, really are. And they are just absolutely beautiful, I must admit. But I
Very
was going to
nice.
use these. I might use those still, but I am going to go back to my original deck for now. Sorry, I just need to grab a crystal. Bear with me a second.
Yeah, of course. To answer your question, Jordan, it depends on the situation, darling. I just saw your question, and Jordan wanted to know if you think medications such as antidepressant, bipolar, etc. meds are truly helpful in a way that they're ever supposed to be. To be honest, every time we do clearings, they clear those medications from their system. It's one of the first things the guys do is start clearing, because yeah, there are some people that may see a positive thing from it, and some people
Mhm.
that don't. So this is one of the reasons why it's trial and error. You really never know unless you try things out.
Well,
Everybody is
exactly.
different.
This is it.
So yeah. Sorry to hear
Oh,
you're going
Michelle,
through this,
thank you.
Jordan. It's also, you got to remember that the holidays, this time of the year, is one of the most depressing, most difficult, most challenging time. Literally, we're in the most challenging time of the year.
We really are.
So yeah, it is very, very difficult to remain just optimistic and joyful during this time of year. So it may not be you, Jordan, is my point. But everybody has to follow their intuition and figure out what is best for them. And one of the best ways to do that is to just keep trying different things to see how they work.
That is the only way. That is the only way. It is trying different things, isn't it? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it is trying different
And
things.
sometimes it's the situation, it's the environment, it's the energies. I mean, we've had crazy energies the last few weeks as well.
Well, we've had a black moon this month as well. I mean, that's ongoing as we speak right now. I mean, that started yesterday. And that's a great time for bringing in those goals, dreams, and manifestations of what you're wanting to work on as well. It's a great energy to work with. It really is. So would you like me to start with your reading?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, love that.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's give this a go. Okay, so I've actually picked you my smoky quartz. I brought a new piece of smoky
Love
quartz.
smoky
Found
quartz.
amazing. I do as well. There's a fantastic crystal shop here that I was like, have my money. Just have my money because your crystals are beautiful. And it's quite nice to be able to find somewhere where the quality is really good. But smoky quartz is really good for grounding and protection, and it's also great for finding clarity and direction, which is what you've really been focusing on yourself a lot over the last, I want to say, 4 to 5 weeks. It's as though there's been, talking of energy shifts, you've gone through a massive energy shift where now you're getting much more of a new direction, new programs, new courses, new connections are being made. There's new people and new collaborations that are going on, but you're very much aware of looking after your own energy at the same time. So you've been doing a lot more grounding and visualization, but I can also see you, I think I've mentioned this to you before, but it's really kind of coming into fruition. I want to say for February, March that you've got a new program or a new course that you're going to be releasing.
Hmm.
If I'm giving any spoilers, I do apologize.
No,
Oops.
no, you're fine. I got nothing to hide.
That's cool. But there's like a new program, new courses that are going to be coming up for people to be able to take part in. But I don't see you doing
Hmm.
it on your own. I see you doing it with two others, two other new people, or two other people that you've worked with once. One of them you've worked with once before in the past, but you've always said you'd do something together again. And there's someone new else that's coming in. But the three of you are balancing the energy, and the three of you have got the right ethics and morals for the line of work as well. And this isn't, and the nice thing is, it's like you're writing this course, but this is also giving you lessons for you to work on yourself as well at the same time. So there's been new learning for you and new growth for you on that one as well. There's also been new, I know you said you're going to South Africa in a month, but I'm also seeing April, May, July, August, even possibly September, where you go into two other different countries as
Oh, I've got
well.
like
That's already
five
been
five
lined up.
trips planned right already. Yeah.
Have you got 5 different trips already lined up, have
Uh-huh.
you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I just feel like,
In fact, I'm
but
gonna be
there's
coming
gonna,
your way. I'm coming to the UK. We'll see if you're gonna be around in May, June when I come by.
yeah, definitely. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. We'll definitely have to have a catch up for sure. But there's more. Say that again. There's writing, not writing courses. You're writing a book.
Nah. Yes.
You're you're
I'm
writing a
writing a
book.
couple books.
Okay, well, there's one that's coming out next year, and I want to say October, November. Have you already got like a publishing deal being talked about or something?
I'm working on a book called Advice from the Guides, where you basically it's all the advice that the soul guides. I've done over 1,500 clearings, and every single clearing gets a paragraph of advice from the guides. So I plan on taking that and organizing it, and yeah, turning it into
Brilliant,
like a self-help kind of thing.
fantastic, and it really is going to
Thank
take off as well, because I actually also see you when you do release your book. It's like you're going to get like television spots or
you.
people
Oh my goodness.
interviewing you in that way as well. I know that's probably not necessarily the area you want to go down, but use it for what you can. It's about getting the message out there. And that's the most important thing is the honesty and the integrity on the message of getting out there. So I hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Minty.
Um,
Yes.
no,
Agreed.
that's cool. Okay. Say that again. Why do I see you actually doing a recording, like an in-person recording of clearing an energy or clearing a space? Not so much as like a paranormal investigation, but something in that similar kind of ilk of
That is
where
something I
you're
would
going
like
to
to do.
be. It's like
It's
I can
bothered me
see.
that I haven't been able to show the work. You know, we've done a lot of wonderful things, and yet we keep all of that very hush hush. So I do want to show more of that. Yes.
I just feel like it's actually it's kind of informing people or giving people that different knowledge to show what it's about and how it grows and how it works and how it affects people and how it does make a difference as well. So that's massively important for you. Kevel of your lower back, right hand side. I'm being shown that I don't know if you've twisted funny or something, but I've got like a dull ache going
Yeah,
down
I
into
do.
like
Yeah.
lower back going down into my leg. And they're just saying be mindful of the like sciatica or something along those lines. I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
Yeah, it's on my
Um,
left side because of my dad. Because what it's it's funny, it's like when your left foot is bothering you, which mine has been for weeks, and I don't step down properly now because I'm not
mhm,
stepping on the ball of my foot.
right.
Or I should say the heel of it. So now all of my yeah, I'm getting thrown off. So my hip is getting thrown
I'm
off, and
being
then my back is getting thrown off. Yeah.
it's like they're sort of saying to me though, it's Cairo. Go and see a Cairo or someone like that. I just feel like it's
Thank
like
you,
you
Minty. I
need
will do so.
your
I
real
do have a good
you need
chiro
like
I haven't seen in like 8
realignment.
months. So yeah, I will do that.
Good. Because it's just sort of saying it can be fixed. And it's one of those where it's like you just need that being realigned again in that
Mhm.
sense, is what I'm getting shown. Okay. You think after 32 years I'll be able to shuffle cards? I can't. Um, which I absolutely love.
Sometimes they
Okay.
jump for a reason.
They certainly do, but this was just me dropping them. Normally they do sometimes jump out for a reason, but no, that was just me being clumsy um, on that front. Okay, show me that again. There is a real focus of getting more time with family next year. It's like I really want to kind of dedicate more time with friends and family close to you as well. It's like you don't mind going off here, there, and everywhere. You need your own space, but it's also trying to bring those people together as well. Does that make any sense at all?
I have a new nephew on the way.
That's so cool. So that's why families coming. That's why families all
Very
coming together.
excited about it.
In all
He
fairness,
may even be due on my birthday. We'll see. So that'd be
he's
really
not. Is
cool.
he? He's not. He's not due around March, April, is he?
No, he's due in May.
May. He's going to be a little early. I think he's going to be 2 weeks early. I'm afraid.
We'll see.
I feel like he's going to be 2 weeks early.
He's scheduled for a C-section, so or at least he will be. So I guess we'll see, we'll find out.
So
So
that
that'll be nice.
possibility, isn't
I
it?
love being an aunt. It's awesome.
That's so cool. That's so cool. More of a pleasant surprise than a plan, though. I feel this pregnancy.
Yes.
It was a bit like, oh,
Yes.
it's one of those moments of going, oops. They're always the best. They're always the best. They really, really are. Okay.
Always
But no,
important time.
next year is very much, it's like you've really kind of stepped into this. There's this new energy, this new power. There's this not being taken for granted by people anymore. Much more choosy, cautious, decisive of who's in your circle now. It's like you've really cleared all those toxic people out as well. And there was actually two people in the last 6 to 8 weeks that I actually feel that you've had to let go or get rid of, but they were quite a surprise. They weren't people you were expecting in that
Two
sense.
people, huh? You don't say. No, that resonates.
Cool.
You
But it was
gotta,
like
you set the value for yourself with others, and if others are not valuing you, you have to, even though it hurts, you have to step away. And it was a painful thing for me, but it is what it is.
And it's that speaking your truth and speaking your mind, but that's why you'll never go down that road again. So that's massive.
No, no,
you're never going down that road.
No.
As I always say, nothing wrong with collaborate. There's nothing wrong with collaborating with others, but you keep your business yours. That's important. Finances
I just don't
are
do
going to
well with
start.
other people telling me what to do. I never have,
Wow.
never will. Especially when the rules don't make sense. Then I'm like, no.
I am totally with you on that one. I am totally with you on that one. And I am exactly the same myself. It's like if someone's got a stupid rule, it's like, clear off. It's like,
if it's a good rule and it makes sense, I will respect it to the very end. But if it's a stupid rule that's getting in the way of progress, and no, get it out of my way.
If it's a rule of don't go and stab someone or murder someone, fine, I'm good with that. I'm happy to do that. But if someone's telling me I'm working an 8-hour shift and I've only allowed 10 minutes to have something to eat, it's like, you can do one. It's like, you try and have a break in 10 minutes and have something to eat. It's like, no, it ain't happening. You're laid back from break. I know, I'm fully aware of it. I took a proper break. That's why I'm never very good at being employed.
Catherine says, you've learned more truths through experience, such as life. Very true, Catherine. Very, very true. You learn a lot through experience.
You really do. You really do. Thank you all for the kind words. I've just realised I can see the comments now. So I've missed all your comments. So hi to everyone. I do apologise. But let's pull you some cards, Laura. Let's pull you some cards. Here we go. First one for you. I love it. We've got Journey's End. Hope you can see this one.
Journey's End. Yeah, beautiful.
And it's my favourite. It's an oak tree. Of course, it's a tree. And it's very much sort of saying you've closed a lot of chapters. You're moving forward. You've got great strength, but it's also time for rest. and you don't do resting very well. You don't like to sit still for very long. Um,
Mm-mm.
but it is needed at the moment, and it's giving you that self-reflection. But you are enjoying still getting out into nature and getting out in the outdoors as well. There's more of a creativity coming in as well. I know you make your own crystals with the resin and stuff. But I'm also seeing like drawing or designing. I don't know if you've been sketching or drawing sigils or designs or something, but I'm
I
also seeing
my
that side.
my art still stops at stick figures. I'm not very artsy, let me tell you. But you never know.
But you
That's
love
nice to
color.
create.
You do love color, so it's
I
using
do.
color and stuff. And it's not that you're trying to draw stuff to or paint stuff to sell. This is about enjoyment. This is about
I never
allowing
sell
you.
anything I create. I just gift it.
That's the thing. It's about enjoying the moment, and it's trying new skills. And they're just saying, go and give some new hobbies a go as well. Go and try something new. It's like I'm ready to push myself out my comfort zone on that one. Well, we
Hmm.
got the world. Well, there's a surprise because that's just
Oh,
showing
lovely.
the travel and the connections. You're always going to be traveling, in all fairness. You're looking at moving house next year.
What's funny is my guides literally said to me last night, "You're not moving anytime soon."
Well, I
So
well
maybe last year we'll stay.
I got September, October. It's not a million miles away from where you're living, but I just feel like there's a house move or change. It might even be that you're redecorating and making the house feel different or feel it
That
feel
might be. Yeah,
different.
there's a lot of things
And I
I'm.
think that's
Yeah.
it's changing the energy in the house, but I also feel like you're having a clearing out as well and getting rid of stuff. So that's
No,
going to
I'm
be
already doing
also.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're already
I've
doing
already
that,
started.
and it
That
just
might be
makes the
what you're
house have
picking
that
up on.
different
Me when my
energy.
resting is me actually going through all my stuff and organizing. I was talking about it with these guys yesterday. If there's things in your closet you haven't touched in a year, get rid of it. Somebody else needs it. There's a lot of
Exactly.
unloved things in our homes that collect dust and weird energy, and it's just not needed to be around. I'm very minimalistic that way. If I get too much stuff in my house, I'm like, nope, it's all got to go.
Yep, I totally agree, and I
I've
must admit.
downsized everything to a backpack, I think about 5, 6 times in my life, where I got rid of absolutely everything except the backpack and what I can fit in it. So it
And
makes
isn't
you
that
really
so free?
appreciate the things that you have in your life, and it makes you value the things that you own. And thy most prized possessions, I mean, could fit into a tiny little sack, like.
Exactly, and it's actually really, really quite freeing as well.
Mhm.
And I just feel that getting rid of stuff, it stops you from feeling held down and feeling trapped in that sense as well, if that makes sense at all. I have got the grief card. I'm not surprised on this one, but this is where I always say it's in our darkest and difficult moments is where we learn our truest strength, and it's where we find our truest selves. And for me, this is sort of saying you've done the heartache, you've done the pain and the hurt, and that can be like friendships falling apart as well. And it's one of those where it's now you found your new strength. Now, I do feel like there is a new relationship coming in for you around June, July time. I don't feel like you've met them yet. I do feel like you're going to be meeting them at like one of your events or something like that you're doing, but there is a connection of a friendship that will grow into a relationship. Now, will be quite spiritual. Well, they need to be because you won't tolerate anyone else. Because it's like I need them to be. They might think differently to you, but you balance each other, and there will be working together as well as working separately as well. They don't need fixing. They're going to be a couple of years older. They're going to know their own mind, but the travel, it's about balance. That's what I keep getting shown. And it's like it's like they're saying you're nearly ready to go down that road again. It's like there's still a bit more healing to do over the early part of the year, but you're ready to actually, it's like you're open to meet that person, and you will meet that person by chance. Like I say, you
Mhm.
haven't met them yet, but you're going to, and it's going to click. It will just click. It will be like you get each other on a different level, and there will be fun and laughter and humor. I love the fact we got clarity. I love foxes. They're very, very focused. They're very, very driven. They're very, very protective when it comes to their family as well. But they've got this great drive and ambition, and you don't give up. And that's something that you've never done and you never will. There's been times you wanted to, of course there has. You're human. But it just, you get this new fire, this new energy that kicks in, that pushes you forward. And that's kind of where you're at now. It's like I've got 101 different ideas. I just need to try and fine tune it and channel it into what needs to be done first. And that over the next two
Accurate.
or 3 months is where planning and preparation comes into it. Um,
Mhm.
so they are showing me that getting
Thank you,
out
Minty.
into nature. I mean, I love being out in nature. I mean, you can't be more. It's like I kind of look at people oddly when they say, I don't like going out in nature. You're like, what's wrong with you? What are you? What's weird?
You are
You know,
nature.
it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you on about? What you talking about, you crazy person? Jesus. Um, but no, there is that. I want to say you're needing water at the moment, though. It's like you need to be by water, or you need to try and find a lake or a river or something like that. And it's like, I want to. I mean, I know it's a bit cold at the moment, but it's like I want to get my feet in the water.
Well, I
It
am
will
going
give
to the
you more
beach in
grounding.
South Africa.
Cool, perfect.
So
And
there you go.
it,
Let's know.
so it's going to allow you to just give you that grounding and that connection there as well at the same time. I love that you got strength. You'll always lift and push others up. You'll always be supportive of others, but it's like, but I'm not being, again, not being taken for granted anymore. So you've got those boundaries in place, and you're very much more aware now of what I will and what I won't tolerate. And if someone starts to push my buttons of what I won't tolerate, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just getting gone, getting shifted. So there is that
Hmm.
as well. A lot of the time, spiritual people always talk about listen to your heart, which, yes, there is an importance to that, but we are also allowed to use our heads as well. They did give us a head for a reason, and it's important to try and have a balance of both, in all honesty. And I think that's the thing. I think a lot of spiritual people, as I'm sure you're aware, that they will always like sort of focus on your heart, focus your gut, ignore the head. And it's like, no, the head's there to stop you from getting, well, supposed to stop you from getting run over. Mine's a bit broken because I am clumsy. Uh, I'm clumsy than most people realize. But no, it is just sort of like, it's good to have those ideas. It's good to have those goals. And it is just bringing the energy in together, not seeing it as a separate kind of energy. I love that we got far sight. So you're always sometimes, and I think this is where it actually relates with the last card. Remember to be in the present. It's great looking to the future. It's great looking ahead at the goals and the dreams. But we also need to remind ourselves that we do need to be in the present moment and in the present time and not so far in the future that we miss what's going on around us. And I just feel like again over the last 6 months, that's kind of been a realization of making sure that I'm much more present. And that's actually really balanced your energy out in a nice way on that front as well. No surprise, we've got transformation. We should have transformation. If someone said to me that I was the same I was a year ago, I think I'll be mortified because I mean, I've not learned, I've not grown, I've not changed. And I just feel like there has been massive changes uh, to you. And certainly over, again, they keep saying the last 6 months to me has
The
been
last
very,
six
very
months have been I've been getting
hell of
whiplash.
a
Things have
roller coaster.
quickly.
But
Yeah.
it's now calming. It's now balanced. It's like you're now able to reflect on this. You're now able to um what's the word I'm looking for? Take the time for
Hindsight is
you.
2020, as they say, you know?
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is.
Uh,
And you know, if we could all have hindsight, I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? We'd never, we'd never go iffy at all. More time for meditation. That's getting easier. You've got new spirit guides coming in as well, by the way. There is new spiritual energy coming in from galactic
yes.
rather than
Yes, I
angelic.
have a new galactic guide
And
coming.
they're going to be helping you on more of the healing side as well. So they're going to not only be giving you healing, but they're going to be helping you with the healing side. but there's going to be lessons and teachings as well, what they're going to be wanting you to pass on to others. And then we got the spark. I love this card because it's all about new beginnings, new ideas. April is really going to be a transformational month for you where it really does all pick up and take off. And that's where also the financial stability comes into play as well. And it's just these stronger new connections are being made where there's going to be deep friendships being made around that time as well. I hope that helps. Have you got any
That was
questions that you would
lovely.
like an answer to though?
To be honest, I resonated with all of that, and I think yeah, a lot of it is already kind of underway. So yeah, very much
Oh,
accurate. Thank
thank
you,
you.
Minty.
Oh, I really appreciate that. And thank you for letting me do you a reading. I really am grateful for that.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And to be honest, I think a lot of people would benefit from your readings because it's nice to have a little bit of foresight ahead of what's going on, and the things that are building up in our lives. And I remember last year how accurate your reading was. So I was very excited to get a little insight into what may unfold this year. So thank you, Minty.
Oh, thank you. I'm truly grateful and I truly appreciate that as well. I am
Should we
truly,
pull a
truly
couple
grateful.
cards for these guys?
Of course. Let's put a couple of
Let's
cards
start
for
with
these guys.
Jordan. Let's pull a card for Jordan.
What did you have a
Jordan
question
Jordan has a
or
question. Well, I think Jordan's just been going through a lot, huh, honey? She's been going through a great deal recently. So if we could just pull a card and maybe give her some insight as to what's going on.
no worries? First thing I'm actually getting coming in is that Jordan, you're stronger than you realize, and there's a
She is.
lot of emotional healing going on for you. And it's very much where you're being much more choosy of who's in your area now as well. And I just want to say, give yourself time for you. It's one of those where I feel like there's been judgment and criticism from other people over the last 3 months. And I want to say that that's not, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. That's not your responsibility. That's their issues to deal with, not yours. And I want to say, um, you have got new opportunities. There's new circle of friendships coming in as well around the end of January. I feel like you're looking for a new hobby or a new group to join, whether that's online or in person, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of both, but you're ready to follow your own spiritual path, your own spiritual journey as well. So I can see you joining some sort of online circle. I also want to say, Jordan, I'm not necessarily seeing a relationship for you at the moment, but I do feel like there's a new relationship coming in for you around middle to the end of February, and you're ready to meet that someone new. You're
Well,
ready to make that
she is married
connection.
actually.
Oh, she is married.
Yeah.
Okay, well then the
So
relationship's gonna. Well, then the
maybe it's
relationship is.
a
Well, no,
refreshing
because
of the
then
relationship.
exactly the relationship could be going to a deeper level, or they're going to get more time together, or it's just having a new connection being made together. So it's about having time together because what I was being shown was I feel like recently you haven't been able to get huge amount of time together in that relationship. So that's why it felt like you might be feeling very, very like kind of not disrespectfully and not rudely, but isolated or single as such, because I feel like life and work and everything else has just got in the way so much. But I just feel like then there is getting that more time together. And that could even be that you start making at least one weekend a month where you don't always have to go away, but having that time together to enjoy each other's company more and not allowing work to be massively domineering or dominating. Would that make any sense to you at all, Jordan, with what I was saying? Sorry, I do apologize. Um, but
You're fine, Minty.
I can only go with what
How
my
you
guides are
interpret
telling me.
things, it's
Well,
different for
this is
everybody.
it. But I do feel like this could be. Did Minty predict your husband getting a new job? And he did. No way. That's so cool. But I just feel like it is getting that time and that connection together. And I just feel like home is also being sorted. Again, I feel like you're having a massive clear out with home as well. And that's actually going to be quite therapeutic as well in that front. But just be gentle and give yourself time for you. I'm pulling you a quick card and I've got nurture. which I absolutely love. So it is giving that energy and that time to you. So just have that. It's trying to find that little bit of patience. Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. Thank you for the confirmation. I do appreciate it. But I just feel like when it came to your husband's work, it had been so full on and so intense. And I just feel like he's had to really kind of spend extra time there trying to catch up and trying to get up to speed with it all as well. So I hope this is all making sense. But
Oh,
like I
thank you.
say, give yourself time for you and get out into nature. I can't, I'll bang on about it day in, day out, all the time, but it has so many benefits. It really, really does. I hope that helps.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Minty.
Yeah,
Pensy was the next person to ask. Pensy would like a little insight into 2025.
cool. Um, I feel like there's new work coming in for you. I feel like I'm looking at new ways of working or new job opportunities coming.
I'll
And I
highlight the
want to
comment.
say these, thank you. And I want to say that, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the beard. Um, I love that. But what I'm being shown is, I want to say, it's like I'm looking for new work opportunities. And I just feel like there's a new opportunity coming in end of January, beginning of February for you. And they're saying, don't talk yourself out of it. I don't know if this is like a promotion or a complete job change, but it's going to be a step up from what you're doing at the moment, and you're ready for this. You love helping lots of different people on a day-to-day basis as well, and I do feel like you do deal with lots of people on a day-to-day basis. I just feel like there's part of me that wants to say the position you're in at the moment. It's thank you for the confirmation. The position you're in at the moment, I do feel like you're not necessarily being respected enough for it, if that makes sense. It's like they don't completely recognize what you do. And that's why I actually feel like there is changing of companies where you're going to be valued more, is what I'm being shown. So start applying for those other jobs. Quick card for you. I love the fact we got endure. You don't give up. You always, always push forward. And it's one of those you will always try to look for that silver lining. So, oh, you're a newbie in a new job. Thank you. So, am I right in saying then your last job? Then I want to say you've only been there a few weeks, like 4 to 6 weeks, because I feel like your last job is where you wasn't being appreciated, if that makes any sense or not. Whereas I do feel that actually getting into this new role, it's going to really, really push you forward and push you on that learning curve as well. So I hope that
Pensy
makes
wants
sense.
to
I
learn
hope that helps.
SRT like me. How cool is that? We need all the
That is
SRT
awesome.
people we can get. So that'd be
That is
wonderful.
awesome.
I know,
I love
right?
that. That is
Very exciting.
fantastic.
Let's see. Who is the next person to ask? We'll see how many we can get through today.
Mhm.
Dun, dun, dun. Cherise, darling.
Denise, thank you for
Please,
the
please.
confirmation there. Who am I going for? Sorry.
Cherise.
What
Cherise
was her
Jensen Van Vuren.
God, what was her question, please?
No, it's
Because
a
I
beautiful
can't see
name.
it.
She was like a reading. We're just basically doing 2025 kind of readings today.
Okay.
Unless
That's
they have
cool.
something specific they would like to ask. We'll see how many we can
No
get through. We
worries.
do have 80 people watching right now, so we'll see how many we can get through.
Well, I can always do a collective card pull at the end.
We're gonna
So
do a
that's not
couple
a
more.
problem
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
the plan. I think we may even pull some numbers in a minute. But I just wanted to get through the
That's
couple
cool.
people that were very, very quickly. They knew what was coming. They must have known that you were gonna do a couple.
I appreciate that. Okay, Sharice, I feel like there's getting more time together with family. I'm also being shown a new arrival is coming in the family. I feel like is there already a pregnancy announcement in there? I'm not saying you're pregnant, but I feel like there's been an announcement of a pregnancy in the family. So I've got a little girl coming in. I want to say June, July time. Um, or if the pregnancy isn't announced yet, it's going to be announced soon. And I just feel that it's actually bringing family members back together. I also feel like there's a new sense of peace or calmness in the family. And I do feel that it's one of those where I'm looking after my energy better. So there might be some people you've had to walk away from, but there's also arguments where I'm not getting involved anymore and I'm not getting involved in that. Not that I know of, not much of a family person. Okay, well, family doesn't always have to be blood related, remember. When I talk about family, this can be in your circle of friends. Your
Full
circle
family.
of friends can be more family, exactly, more family than family. Trust me, I don't talk to my family because they're all bloody useless. They'll sell each other for a quid. Um, so, when I'm talking about family, I'm not talking about blood related. This could be people that are close to you. But I just feel like there's a good circle around you now, and I feel much more comfortable with that. I do feel like you are looking at wanting to follow more of your own spiritual path, your own spiritual journey. And they are sort of showing me that you should be learning something along the lines of Reiki or some sort of energy healing as well, because I feel like you are a natural when it comes to that. I also want to say you're a natural listener, a natural carer or counselor as well. Definitely get your holiday booked for around April, May as well, because I feel like you need that something to look forward to. And it is about making new plans. They're also saying as well, your car needs a service. I feel like you've got problems with your brakes right hand side. And I feel like not for anything sinister or nasty, they just don't want it costing you too much. But they're saying get the brakes looked at on the car, if that makes any sense or not. I hope it does. Putting you a quick card. I love the fact we got pathways, and it is about going on new journeys and new adventures as well. So it's going to be traveling to new places that you haven't been to before, just to see what experiences you can get. So I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Minty.
No worries.
Since so many people would like a card, how about we'll do 5 more readings
Hmm.
and we'll pull a number for each one. Yeah. So if
Cool.
you guys have a number 1 through 5 in your head, that way every one of you will get a reading. So
Yeah.
see what number you have, number 1 through 5 in your head. And what numbers? Oh, we'll see. What are you feeling first, Minty? What's the first number in your head?
I got number 3.
I also
Like,
had 3
literally.
first. Cool. Anybody else having 3 in your head? Put it down in the comments.
Summer Riley had number
So we'll do
3.
the first one is 3. If you had a 3 in your head, then this card will be for you. And remember, if it
Awesome.
resonates, then it was also for you. If it sounds like it's a message you needed, it was originally for you anyway. Okay.
That's cool. Love it.
Jessica's been reading my mind like crazy recently. Jessica, I'm not surprised 3 was in your head as well.
I love it. I love it.
She and I are
So
dialed in lately.
I think that could be what it is. So for people with number 3s, I'm feeling like I feel like there's been a shift in energy where I've got rid of negative energy and I'm feeling happier. I'm feeling stronger. I feel like I'm moving forward. I'm really excited about the new year coming as well, because there is going to be. I keep getting shown new people coming in, so new circle of friends, new um, connections are going to be made certainly over the next 2 or 3 months. I also feel like I'm looking at wanting to sort my fitness and changing my diet as well. And it's all about making myself feel better. So I'm cutting out stuff like anything that's necessarily supposedly bad for you. But I just feel like I'm eating healthier. I'm wanting to experiment more with cooking. I'm wanting
Good.
to try and get out into a stronger, better fitness of health. And funny enough, I've pulled the card cleanse. So there's a massive detox going on over the next couple of
Yes,
months
that's exactly what
energetically.
I'm going through right now. Lots of detoxing and eating better and all of those things. Accurate for me, at
That's
least.
so cool. I
Nice.
love that. And it's just sort of saying it's empowering you and giving you new strength and much more of a clearer head. It's kind of clearing
That's
that
the whole
brain
point,
fog.
Minty. If you want to be a better medium, you got to cleanse the body as well, because the body is very important. It's not just the mind that needs to be cleansed.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. What's the
love
next
that.
number we're going to go for?
I don't know. I'm just seeing 4s in my mind right
Cool.
now. So let's
Let's
do
do
4.
number
4 is
4.
the next one.
Let's
So if you
do
guys
number
had a
4.
4 in your head, this one will be for you.
Love it. So number 4, for anyone that's working on 4, they're focusing on their finances. They've been clearing bills for the last 12, 18 months and clearing debts. And I want to say that there's more money coming in for you guys. And this is coming in certainly by June, July. There's going to be a much stronger, healthier bank balance being done for number 4s. I'm also not ruling out that also looking at career changes as well. So it's like people are starting to feel that actually, you know what? I want to be working somewhere where I feel valued, where I'm appreciated, and also where it's also not. Um, it's like I need change. I need it to be different on a day-to-day basis. So, four energy for me at the moment is all about working on the finances and the career, which then gives you a much stronger and healthier. It's like a new confidence is coming in for this. So over the next couple of months, if you're in a number four, you are making the right decisions of sorting your resumes and your CVs out and actually applying for those new jobs and applying for jobs that you feel that wouldn't be right for you. It's applying for those jobs that you feel that might be slightly out of your grade, but they're actually not, and you would be really good at them as well at the same time. So that's what I'm being shown. I've also got the lovers card coming here. Now, it's not necessarily about the lovers in the relationship. This is just about creating new grounding, new strength, new structure to your life. And that's why, we do live in a world where money exists and we do need money to be able to buy things and pay for groceries and whatever else. There's nothing wrong in asking for extra money. We're allowed to. And actually, this is about this refocus because if you've got the extra money coming in, it's going to give you a stronger foundation. It's going to give you stronger grounding for you to be able to follow your dreams and your goals. So
Very
it's
nice.
using it for the greatness rather than for the negative greed.
All right. Well, we're doing, for those who just joined, we're doing a reading 1 through 5. We just did 3 and 4. So anybody have a 1, a 2, or a 5 in your heads at the moment? Anybody seeing a 1, a 2, or a 5? And then we'll pull a card from one of those. For those of you who have not felt like you got a reading yet today.
Well, I'm being drawn to number 1. I'm being drawn to number 1.
Yes.
So
Anybody
happy
with
for me
number
to
1 in their head?
Joyce.
Luke
Luke.
says, yeah, give me a 1.
Cool.
Luke.
So I'm actually being drawn to 1, and I feel like this is more to do with relationships. I feel like people that have been asking for number 1. I'm seeing new relationships, and it's not friendships. This is romantic. This is like finding your partner, so to speak. And I want to say that there's new relationships. It's like you guys are ready for a new relationship. And if you are in an existing relationship, then your relationship is going to a deeper level. It's going to be a much stronger, much more spiritual connection. There's been a lot of cleansing. There's been a lot of speaking openly and honestly, and your heart is open to receive more love, is what I'm being shown. And you can never receive too much love at the end of the day. And anyone that thinks so, well, they're weird. But what I want to say is, though, that I just feel like there's either the starts of a blossom of like a friendship growing into a relationship, or there's new people being met. And this is going to be happening over the next couple of months. This is kind of like the next 2 to 3 months. There's going to be a lot of new starts that way for people. And it's like I say, even if you're in an existing relationship, you're getting that stronger connection together that just solidifies it even more. And it's like you deserve the happiness, you deserve the love. And it's about finding people who balance you. It can't all be one-sided, and it can't always be expected that one will not. It's not always about walking in side by side. Sometimes you need your partner to take the lead, and sometimes you've got to take the lead, and that's where balance comes into it. You know, that's what true balance is. You need your partner sometimes to be the stronger one because you might not be strong enough yourself. If you're constantly equal side by side, no one's ever really taking the lead. So you're never really moving forward. But you need to have balance with it. It's not about dominance. It's about being that strong support when you need it, and then being the strong support for them when they need it as well. And that's what that's all about. And the card I'm pulling for you, we got far sight. So it is that kind of soaring high and looking at the bigger picture as well. And it is being, be very precise in what you're looking for. Be very precise, write down what it is that you're looking for. Write down what it is you're prepared to put up with and what you're not prepared to put up with when it comes to partners, and have those honest conversations saying, you know what? Your stupid voice annoys me, or I hate it that you um I don't know, you leave your pants on the floor or something, you know. And I mean pants in probably a different way to you guys in America. I'm not on about my jeans or trousers. I'm on about like my shorts or something. Yeah, it might be that, you know, why can't you take the bin out or something like that? You know, it's little things like that. But have those open on. You should be able to speak openly and honestly with a partner and not feel fear that you can't do that. And that's where these new relationships are coming in, because it is about being able to have those open, honest conversations, and they're important. And it's going to be listening on both sides. That's the important bit. So I hope that helps for you, number ones.
That was very good. Thank you, especially for the number ones. Very important message. Wonderful.
Cool.
Well, we got
So we
two
got
more. And best time for number twos.
number two. Let's have a look.
We're
See
gonna
what
do. If
number
you got
two's
number
got.
2 in your head, this reading is for you.
So number
Or
two, I
for
feel like you're
me.
definitely looking at getting more time off work. It's more about planning holidays or trips. And it's not, I feel like the last year, number twos have just been work, 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 work. And they've kind of burnt themselves out a bit. So this year should be, oh, there's a cardinal out there. Sorry, the squirrel in my head.
Oh no, I love cardinals.
There's a
Love that.
cardinal eating some peanuts that Raven had put out
Get
last
Dolores
night.
every time I see one.
We got quite a
Those are
few
her
birds
favorite
out
birds.
there pecking at the peanuts. I love cardinals; they're beautiful birds. But number two has been where it's been work, 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 and you guys have kind of been burning yourself out this last 12 months. So next year is more about making sure you get time off and time for you. You know, it's great if you're earning all these extra finances, but if you're not there to enjoy them, then what's the point in that sense, you know?
Mm.
And I just feel like there are some big trips being talked about. And I wouldn't have ruled out that number twos were looking at traveling quite distances, possibly even overseas, to go for those new experiences. Put in a quick card for you guys, Sacred Journey. I love this. So it is going to be that journey of discovery. So even make sure you always give yourself at least a weekend off a month to enjoy and do for you. So that's important. And Jessica put still not taken our honeymoon yet. I feel like this would be a perfect time for you to get those planned. And I feel like, Jessica, do you want to go to Italy, by the way? So I keep seeing Italy for you. Right. I'm definitely not a two lol. Okay, well, that's cool.
Catherine.
No worries. I can only go by what my spirit guides are saying to me. And then we got number five as the last one. Let's have a look at
Yes,
number five.
number fives. Yes. Last but not least.
Number five, I feel, is needing a bit of healing at the moment, because I feel like there's a huge amount going on emotionally and they're internalizing a lot at the moment, if that makes sense. We've joked about Italy. Well, I'm not ruling it out, Jessica. Maybe you could go to Italy. Um, but number fives, I feel, are needing that time to heal and needing that time to ground, needing that time to take for themselves at the moment. I feel like there's a lot of internalization, or they're trying to help others and they're burning themselves out that way. And I feel like they're needing to learn to just say no and step back a little bit. Um, be gentle on yourselves. Don't be overly critical on yourselves at the moment during this time. And it is about working on your dreams and goals. I just feel like people are taking you for granted at the moment. And I'm just need to start speaking my mind and saying no, and actually needing to step back from people and just say, look, I can't be with you at the moment because I'm trying to work on myself. But I do feel like there is this thing of people, other people are trying to project their insecurities and issues onto you guys. So it is about
I
making
do
sure
that.
you protect your energy and stepping back and looking after you.
Those
It will
boundaries.
get easier. It will be boundaries. It will get easier come the end of March, beginning of April. There is a massive change in your energy and shifting for the better. And I just want to say, during the next couple of months, there might be lots of arguments firing off. I always have this phrase, pick your battles. Is this battle worth really, truly arguing? Are they actually going to want to change or listen? If not, why would I waste my time and energy? And that's what it's boiling down to. Um, I have got the card playful. So it is bringing that little bit of fun and that playful energy in for yourself. And playfulness is a massive part of healing. It's a massive part of letting go. And it's bringing that fun and laughter in. So I hope that helps for you guys.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you so much for today, Minty.
Oh,
You
thank
brought
you
us
for having me
some
on.
nice bright cheer into our final day of the year.
Oh, I'm pretty grateful that you were allowing me to come on. So thank you so, so much. I
It's a
really do
pleasure, Minty.
appreciate
Always
it.
nice to speak with you. And I am going to share the link for those of you who would like to book with Minty. I highly recommend it.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah, honestly, Minty, you kind of spook me sometimes with how accurate some of your readings can be. So, you know,
Oh, I
like
appreciate
there's
that.
a
I
couple
appreciate
times
that.
where like I'll be talking about something that's happening and somebody will say, "Didn't Minty say this was going to happen?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right, you did." Like you'd be surprised.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
grateful.
yeah, it was
Well, thank
wonderful.
you.
Thank you very much. Spot on
You're
for
more
me.
than welcome.
You nailed it. So thank you very much. And it'll be fun to review this over a few months and to see you know, how things have unfolded.
Ah, definitely, definitely. And I must admit, and yeah, please feel free to reach out if you would like to. I
Make sure
do
that you guys
offer,
give Minty a follow. There's his page, Minty's Tarot. And
um, yeah, and drop me a message if you would like to make a booking as well. By all means. Readings are normally around about 40-45 minutes, and I charge 50 UK pounds. And I can do them as an online video call.
very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you also to everybody who joined us today. It's always good fun. We've got people playing along and you know, joining us in the conversation. So thank you, everybody. And yeah, I hope you all have a most magical New Year's this evening.
Exactly, and have an amazing new year and work on your manifestations tonight for the following year ahead and use the Black Moon new energy. It's a great time to do it.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Love you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening. See you soon. Take care.
Take care.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.